Well, we're here. This is a Lancero. This is a brand that I don't hate, but it's a brand that I don't. How do I explain this? I've smoked this. I've had cigars from this brand. Well versed, all different from low end to, upper mid tier price points. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, I don't. Even though I've had them over the past easily 10, maybe 15 years, I don't have any yearning to really smoke that brand. It's not a hatred, it's just that it's not a go-to brand for me, and it's never like, oh, I gotta have this. It's like indifference. Maybe you love this brand. This brand is Tatuaje. Now, but I always said though, I've always enjoyed the Monster series, even though they go with the whole satanic 666 boxes of each, 13, they do all this, tongue-in-cheek, different horror. This is the Chuck for Chucky. It's kind of childish, but whatever, it's marketing. The point is, though, I always found the Monster series to be his best work as far as a blend. I might have reviewed this, and I don't remember. I don't care. Well, that's a match. Now, the problem with the Monster series is finding them. Well, they had a whole bunch of Monster series Lanceros, like 3 or 4 of them at Best Cigar Pub. This is listed as an Ecuadorian Habano, and the rest of it being Nicaraguan. Well, the wind got me. I'm not going to waste another one of those matches. Those are nice matches. Very good draw. Sometimes with Lanceros, you can get a very tight draw. On the darker side, we're at 75% darkness. Quite heavy, but it has a nice smoothness to it. This is well-aged tobacco, and the blend's appropriate to how they're trying to push the wrapper. If you use very strong tobacco in the filler, maybe binder, and the wrapper's on the weaker side, the cigar can feel off because you're pushed, in a sense. Picture a bullet. Let's say the bullet's the wrapper. And if you have too much powder, depending on the construction of the bullet, the bullet's gonna be pushed very hard. But you might not get the performance you're thinking, because upon impact, that bullet might destroy itself, and almost you can't handle that type of velocity, that type of power. On the flip side, you might have a bullet that needs a certain amount of velocity, but it's not pushed hard enough, so you don't get peak performance. Somewhere in between is the balance. I always like the Monster series because they're always generally solid, like 3/4 strengths, enjoyable, but they just feel like a good blend. The wrapper grade quality is phenomenal. It's oily, very nice texture to it. This is a really good cigar. Nice. There's nice baking spices to this. Some vague stuff that you can't figure out, that's okay. Finish is long. There's like tingling, sweet and savory spices happening. Almost some type of like cinnamon. But there's a nice chocolate note to this cigar, and black pepper. All in all, it's quite a delicious blend. It's such a oily, like the wrapper is like oozing with it. It's an oily texture to it, so it doesn't have a drying matte feel. And from the beginning, oh, very nutty, almost like peanut butter kind of the mix. Nice complexity, nutty peanut butter, nice black pepper, cinnamon. That's nice. It's got an oily texture to it. It's a rich, hearty cigar. That's a really good blend. And normally themed cigars or, you know, small production cigars from a brand that already makes cigars, lots of times they're just gimmicks or it's a special anniversary that nobody cares. You know. Yeah, but anyways, these Monster series, especially in the Skinny Monster series, they're grand all time. I could highly recommend these. I've always said I enjoyed the Monster series, but you never really find them. There's a cult-like following, and people collect the boxes on these a lot. Yeah, I could smell this cigar a lot. This Blue series, the Chuck, because obviously he didn't get licensing, so he calls it the Chuck. That's a phenomenal blend. Dare I say it's easy to love. So for 75% darkness, 3/4 strength, nice black pepper, cinnamon, chocolate, peanut butter. I mean, it's a lot, but it's really good. Just getting better at every puff. So much flavor. Strength's 3/4 strength, but it doesn't skip on long, heavy flavor. It's just, if you never tried the Monster series, try this blue one, try the Chuck, and you're gonna have a grand old time. This is phenomenal. This is this is a phenomenal blending. If all of Tatuaje made blends like this, I would smoke Tatuaje a lot more. But a lot of his regular blending is not like this. I had kind of a good and then crazy day. I went to the best cigar pub. I had brisket fajitas on happy hour for $12. Nice. I was there about 3 hours. On the way home, 10 minutes from there, I-81 South, nice wooded highway. It's scenic on the way home. Only for me to hit some type of debris. There's no lights on the highway. And whatever it was small enough and dark enough that I couldn't see it. I don't know if it was like a rock this big, I don't know. Or a piece of jagged metal, or maybe, more than likely, maybe like a shredded piece of an 18-wheel tire. But it was dark, really dark. I didn't see it. And luckily, after I hit it, I didn't swerve the car. I got over to the right. It was making a lot of noise. Whatever I hit wasn't still there. It wasn't a person or an animal or a car. It was some type of small debris. But it ripped off. Well, when I pulled over, you're first thinking, oh, fuck, my car's broken. I'm thinking my tires are broke, everything. Well, whatever it hit, the skid plate, of course, the whole bottom plate of the Corolla was ripped out. So that's pretty hard. I mean, it had to be a big enough piece of debris to do that. It had to be low enough that, because the front headlights or the front of the car wasn't damaged, but it was the undercarriage. So it was something big enough but low enough to the ground. That's why I didn't see it in the nighttime. And when you rip off the whole skid plate at highway speed, those things are connected with screws and bolts to other parts of the undercarriage. So there was just jagged plastic and stuff like that all over the place. And everyone's passing you by 80, 90 miles an hour, 18-wheelers. And that little right lane shoulder, when they're passing by, might only be 2-3 feet away, man. When you're doing that at nighttime, even with your hazards on, It only takes one person just on their phone or not paying attention or drunk, and you're gone. Especially when you're trying to get the debris out of underneath your car. You're just going to be decapitated. You're done. Well, I called 911, let them know that there's debris on the road. I didn't want no one else to get hurt. And they said, call us back if you need a tow truck, blah, 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 or if you could get it out of there. I called my insurance company. And insurance company was like, back. Anyways, after about an hour, and so many stupid questions, and I said, I don't know how long you're going to take to get this tow truck here. Well, anyways, I'm not going to go into all the stupid questions they ask you, because they want to know, well, do you want them to handle it, or do you want you to handle it, and they'll cut you a check, and they're asking all these different legal, insurance-bearing questions, and all I know is I'm on the side of the road, and my knees are all cut up, because I was crawling under the car trying to get this jagged plastic up, and it was like jagged rocks. Anyways, nobody cares. And you know what's crazy? Your music, when it's on when you're driving, is nice. When your music is still on in your car and you're underneath the car, covered in jagged rocks and getting dirty and muddy, and just on the phone with the Pennsylvania State Police, it's like, well, can you get out of there or not? Or do you need us to come there? But if you can get out of there, let's let us know. We need to know if you can get out of there. If you can't get out of there, we'll come. If you can't go, I'm trying to, because the whole undercarriage thing came off. It was like connected by one bolt, so it was like stuck under the car. So I'm trying to just like, at least so I could try to get out of there. Anyways, I got out of there. I was able to get it home. Tomorrow, the shop down the street, they're going to have a collision place about 3 blocks away that they work with. Release is drivable, but the front of the bumper too came off. I was able to put the front, like the one side, like which the whole bumper came off like this. I was able to re-clip it back on, but one bump and that thing's flying off. So that's going to be $1,000 deductible, right out my asshole, right up my chocha. $1,000. But damage is more than that, but it is what it is. That's why you have collision. I'm going to come back. This is a great cigar. Easily, very enjoyable, and nothing bad to say about this cigar. If you like David off Nicaragua, you're gonna like this cigar. Having a great time with this. Deep into the cigar. Draw, smoke output, generous. Really good construction for a Lancero. It's still a solid medium full, 75% darkness. Finish is extremely long and heavy. Obviously, it's going to burn pretty fast, being a Lancero, but the plus side is you're getting an immense amount of flavor, such a skinny gauge. No real major changes, except it's just ramping up, and the amount of heaviness and the length of the finish is massive. I have nothing bad to say about it. It's going to be a 4.7. Absolutely delicious, solid, and easy to love. Now, when you're smoking a Lancero, one, like any cigar, you don't want it to be wet, because it's going to affect the combustion. And if this is wet, you don't have much room to begin with for airflow. Two, when you're smoking it, if you don't stay on Lanceros, it can very easy go out. The diameter is very small, and the air travels through the diameter, and it's easy to go out. So you can't give it a puff every 2 minutes. What's the exact ratio? You decide. For me, I'd probably do it every 20 to 30 seconds on something like this. But do what you want. I don't want to have to relight this. Delicious. Mm. The, the amount of flavor and the combustion rate, it gets right to it. It's phenomenal. Um, if you want, you could take a Lancero, cut it in half, and you got yourself a nice 2 days in a row, maybe a nice lunch break cigar. You could be in and out in 15 minutes and have a grand old time. Grand old time. Mm. Really wrap it up. The nuttiness, the peanut butter, the milk chocolate, the black pepper, the cinnamon. Long, heavy finish. Delicious. Ooh. Oof, right in my church. Lively flavor, tingling spice. This is what cigars are all about. A cigar that changes your mood. A cigar that feels alive, makes you feel alive. A cigar that's delicious. A cigar that has power and delicious. The best of both worlds. I have nothing bad to say about it. This is a usable blend. I could smoke this right after breakfast and have a grand old fucking time. So is this my favorite Tatuaje? It's one of them. I like the Monster series. And I like this cigar, and I like this size. All of it works well for the whole picture. Very long, heavy finish. If you don't like stronger cigars, it's going to be too much for you. But there's nice balance, nice strength, nice sweetness, nice complexity, nice finish, heavy finish, very buttery, oily vibe as well. I think, what the hell did I pay on this? What the hell did I pay? It's like 10 or 12 bucks, PA. It's mid to upper, almost a little high, upper mid to your price point. So it's not crazy. The MSRP is not crazy. Mm, mm, mm. If this brand was Tatuaje, like if a lot of his cigars tasted like this, I would smoke a lot of Tatuajes. But anyways, it's not. But anyways, it is for this case. Tatuaje Blue Skinny Monster Chuck. Easy to love. Check it out. I'll see you around. 4.7. Solid review. Amazing cigar. I like it a lot. No, I love it. See you around. Stay fresh.